Am I audible, guys? Okay. Let me start first introducing myself. I'm CA Sanjay Gupta. Uh, I stay in Bangalore. I'm a practicing chartered accountant. I've been practicing for the last uh, since 2014, so almost 11 years. Before that, I was working with various companies as head of finance and held various positions. So I'll just take you my experience of how we came across Odoo, what we are doing, and why we've kind of chosen it. So I'll just take you through that. So, I mean, if we talk about Odoo, it's an enterprise resource planning tool, and what it does help us to integrate all the softwares which are there that are available at one place, and helps us to conduct the business in a better manner. So, an ERP software acts as an enterprise central nervous system, is what we are saying, correct? So, there are various components, like in our body, the head thinks differently, hand thinks differently, correct? And the legs move, but all of them are connected by a central nervous system. That ERP software does that function, and really drives the uh, productivity in an organization. Going further, typically if we are running a business today, so what are the key challenges which are there with the businesses, and what are they facing in terms of their uh, uh, day-to-day issues that are there? And let's look at few of them. So first is that when I'm running a business, correct, in that I'm not able to get my analytical reports, management informations, correct, and things on time. There's a struggle. I close my month at the end of, let's say, 30th, correct, but to get my data and to get my information, it takes about 10 to 15 days, by which time the information is stale. So that is one challenge a business today faces. The second challenge that the business faces today is that it is grappling with multiple softwares. So if I want to use payroll, I'm working with Gray HR, correct? And that's a different tool. If I'm wanting to do accounting, then I'm using Tally. If I'm wanting to do management report, then I lean back on extracts from Tally, pivot tables, etc., and then work it onto a worksheet and then go about doing it. If I'm wanting to do manage my customers, in that case, I'm taking another CRM tool, let's say Zoho or Salesforce. Now, all of these information and all of these data currently are residing in different environments, different modules, and different systems. Integrating them is a challenge today. A licensing cost is there, and integration of the information, one doesn't speak to the other. So all of those challenges are there today in the business environment. Now, I find Odoo kind of overcoming that to some extent. Another challenges that we face is that if we got so many software to handle, I believe then we got to pay money for each of those licenses, correct? And for the users. So that's another challenge that one faces in such an environment. Then business processes are not very streamlined, correct? We don't know, some people are following accounting different methods, correct? The purchase guy is following a different method, and so on and so forth. Those challenges does exist today. So that's another challenge the business faces. So they don't know how to integrate everything into one flow at this point of time. Who does what after next, correct? So that piece is missing today. So the other challenges is that if I'm wanting to implement an ERP, let's say, correct, the cost itself is very high today. And we talk about various ERPs, various environments that are there. In that situation, we are saying that how do I spend that money? Where do I get that resources, and where do I have the time to do it? Then if I'm going for a ERP system, correct, then I need to have a host server system, and there should be nodes and so on and so forth. So I'll have to create an infrastructure which has to be there, an IT infrastructure. That again costs a lot of money for us to build, correct? Then let's say that in my case, I'm a practicing chartered accountant. I'm doing accounting for people in India. I'm doing accounting for people in the US. I'm doing accounting for people in the Canada region, and Dubai also, for that matter. Now what happens is that, do I use different softwares? So in US, do I use Intuit, Zero, correct? In some other place, I use Sage. In some other place, so it becomes very complex for a person to who is a practicing person to really deal and manage with so many new things, correct? Every time he has to learn, unlearn certain things, and then go ahead. So a lot of customization is also required to be done in such softwares. So if I were to ask, what are the ERPs that we are aware about, correct? So these are the things that came to my mind. Yes, SAP is there, correct? So that is something most of the people use. Oracle is there, NetSuite, Then Sage is there, Epicor, Tally. Tally I'm including because from an India perspective, it does most of the work that we need it to do, correct? Which is accounting and payroll. Then Microsoft Dynamics and Zoho is also coming up in a big way today. So those are the softwares that we use in our current environment and say that, look, these are the ERPs which are available to us. Now, I evaluated all of these and said, few are not meeting my requirement because they're too expensive and too costly to implement. And few don't meet the full-fledged requirement, I may say, for myself. So when I went to Odoo, correct, and looked at it, really I saw that this particular software can be implemented across various verticals and various business lines. So be it hospital industry, be it e-commerce. When I'm trading, correct, one of my guys is selling toys on the e-portal today, correct, and he has a problem that he wants that toy business to get integrated. The accounting information should flow directly from the Amazon servers and his online portal into his accounting system. Currently, that was not possible for him in a Tally environment. So we were looking at a solution, and Odoo has an API functionalities, as I understand it, can go and fetch information and then bring it back into the accounting system. So there we go. So this is capable of handling such situations. Then somebody has got your sales activities, which have to be monitored. The whole activity is there, correct? There's a lead, then the lead gets into a quotation mode, or it is qualified lead, and then it goes into quotation, and then it turns out into a sales or purchase order. So all of that currently is handled by a different software, but in Odoo, it kind of then automatically, when this process of CRM is over, it flows into accounting. And when it flows into accounting, then again it flows into your balance sheet P&L, and at the end of the day, the thing is closed. And then the whole thing, you can repeat the whole process. Similarly, human resources, if I see, correct? We can run payroll today using Odoo very efficiently. We have tried doing that, and it has worked for us. Then inventory management, manufacturing, project management, and point of sale. Even retail guys can now use this kind of a software. Just now I was hearing the CEO say that in a table environment wherein you have got a tables, correct, and you got table bookings in a hotel, this is possible to use Odoo, and therefore it works efficiently there. Coming to what problems I'm able to solve using this thing. So one, 24/7 accessibility. So I don't have to switch on my office and switch off my office. If I want to work at night even, let's say 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I want the information to be available. I want to work on it. I don't have to depend and go to the office and work, correct? So 24/7, my data and my information is available and it's updated. So that's the beauty of this particular software. Then again, since it is cloud-based, it's easy. There's no problems of thinking, oh, my data will crash, or there will be a problem, there will be a virus, it will wipe off my data, correct? Or there will be a problem saying that someone will ask me a ransom, correct, by locking my data. So all of those issues which are there that we currently are exposed to is kind of eliminated. Another thing is auto backup. Do I need to have an IT team to do a weekly, monthly, and yearly backup of the data? Perhaps no. In this environment, we are actually freed of that headache of making data backups and storing it and spending on the storage itself also, correct? So that is there. And again, do I have to engage any IT people? Perhaps no, because it's all in the cloud. The infrastructure is on the cloud. The software is on the cloud. You're just paying for the services and then using them. So here we don't have to incur all of those costs really. So IT maintenance cost is also eliminated. So effectively, if I see, this is a very effective tool. Then another advantage that I see is that we have got consolidated data access, which means that I had a client who wanted to consolidate his business in US and UK and the other geographies. So currently, if we are using different software in different geographies, that challenge becomes very real. How do we do currency conversions? How do we consolidate line by line? All of those issues which are there, then that becomes, when you are using Odoo kind of a software, which is across various countries and various geographies, it can be implemented. Then it becomes a very easy thing. And it has a consolidation module also. So really, like invoicing, it's a routine task. I forget doing my invoicing on the 1st of every month. Odoo reminds, it tells you, and it becomes a routine, correct? So it helps us to do that routine work very efficiently on a real-time basis. So these are the advantages that I see, which is there in Odoo environment. Really, the best thing is because of the centralized environment, there is a lot of synergies which is there between the various departments, correct? Today, if I'm sitting with a sales guy and they are saying, "Okay, this is my sales number," do I have to validate their Excel sheet with my accounting data? No, because the truth is one. We know that whatever is there in Odoo is the real situation. What is my receivable? How much is outstanding? When it is paid? How? So all of that information is very clearly and easily available. So it helps us in making very improved decision making at any point of time. Uh, as I've seen, the way the software is today, it's very structured and modular. And really, I could see that I want to use only accounting. I picked up accounting and tried to do that and implement it. Then I liked HR. Can I implement on top of that? I don't have to do any different configuration. I can use the same setup and then on top of that build the HR module. Then can I add my sales lead pipeline and everything? So that is also possible. So it being modular, it is very, very efficient for me to extend the whole software to me and my team members in a seamless manner. So there's no, I would say, disruption whenever these extensions are being made when I'm using the different modules of the software. So that's another thing that I found that was very useful. Then, as I talked about, this is a multi-currency software, which means that I can do my billing in UAE in AED, in UK in GBP, in Canada in Canadian dollars, in US in US dollars, and in India in INR. And then at the same time get consolidated result for me. So that makes big business sense. I know which geographies are making more money for me, which one I should start, which one I should stop. All of those information is easily available for me to do. It also picks up the exchange rate automatically. I don't have to search for the auto exchange. I think xc.com is connected into the system and it picks up the exchange rate and does my accounting seamlessly. So that's another advantage that I found. So other thing that was good about Odoo is about scalability, correct? I am today 10 people, it can handle. I am today 100 people, it can handle. I am today tomorrow 1,000 people, the whole software can handle that load. And that and as I see the 19th version which has been released for Odoo, it does that at a blink, correct? It is much faster than the 18th version. So that is there. Security is there. There's access control, which is very good here. I can make sure that I provide access to the people who I need to, and I remove access people who don't need to, correct? So the sales module can be given to a certain set of people who are doing sales. The accounting module can be given to the accounting guys. The purchase module can be given to the purchase guys. So like that, everyone can be given their, according to their role and functions, the access. I don't have to worry about that my data can get compromised at any point of time. So user management setup is really possible in this particular software. Then, as I say, this is globally, I mean, this is one software that so let's say Intuit is there, it's only in the US, it's not there in India, correct? It was in India sometime back, but then it moved out, correct? Now this software is available across. So if I want to expand, and today's world is like, I want to be a global accountant and I don't want to be a local accountant. If that be the situation, correct, and things are integrating, then this particular software gives you that edge or the ability to go ahead and do that. So that's why I found that this was particularly very useful. It has got issues really in terms of tax configuration, because tax configuration is really difficult. It's not very easy to do the tax configuration for each and every country. And that's a task, and we should take expert help in doing that, I would think. Then customization of Odoo, as I'm learning and I was going into this exhibition halls, I could see there's a lot of software developers and integrators, correct? They are there to help you, which means that it's a platform where creativity is the only limit, I would say, correct? So if you've got the base data which is there and the base platform is there, and then you want any modules, any software, anything at all to be built on that, correct? It's very easy to build because there are people and developers who are there who can build those solutions. You've got to just think about it. So I feel that that particular thing is very good. Even I am told that if I want to build my own website on Odoo, it's very simple to build. It's just putting the blocks here and there, and then you create it, and then it kind of automatically works. So less technical expertise, being user-friendly was another thing that made me decide, yes, this is the thing that I should go for, and this is much more easier to use at this point of time. And Last but not the least, it is cost effective in terms of licensing. I mean, you can look at it both ways, because today, if I go in any other software, it is, I'm a practicing chartered accountant. So which means I've got multiple clients, correct? So I have to purchase license client wise today. For each client, I have to purchase a license, correct? If it is a different software. But in Odoo, if I purchase license software for 5 of my employees, they can work on 25 companies or 50 companies, correct? In the same environment. They don't have to, we don't have to purchase 25 licenses as such. So that's a beauty of this, that I can save on optimizing my licensing cost in an Odoo environment. So yeah, so another thing is that I feel that there's a reduction in training cost, because once I'm used to an environment which is in Odoo, then I'm able to kind of train my people and my set of people. I think I've lost it. Use a set of people to train them into various things, and then they can again train other people very easily, because they are using the same software day in day out. They're not changing it. So that's another benefit I feel that is there. Uh, Ease of use, flexibility, and adaptability is an essential ingredient that helps us to ensure that uh, this particular software is, you can adapt it, modify it, use it, and develop it, correct? Other thing is that we think that where can we apply? So as I said, you can apply it in any sector. As a chartered accountant, I'm using it. As a manufacturing company, they can use it, correct? It can be used in e-commerce situation. It can be used in CRM service sector. So those are the various areas where Odoo can be easily adopted and used. Healthcare is another sector that I am seeing that people are using Odoo very effectively. So the best thing is that if I get a number and I say that this is the sales, correct, it doesn't get disputed. If this is a cost, it doesn't get disputed. If I want to know my cost sheet, what it is, it doesn't get disputed. So one truth, one version is there once we're having a single software to use, correct? We don't have multiple systems to rely on. Then there's a cost effectiveness and savings is there, because the licensing cost is reduced at this point of time. And there are multiple clients you can manage across the globe, so you can enhance your practice. So that's another thing that is there. And there is a project management module also in Odoo that helps us to use the things and manage our day-to-day activities. So assigning tasks, doing the things, that becomes much more easier in this kind of a software. I found it very easy. In this, I've talked about all of these items. Again, it's a repetition, and there's an integration and implementation is very easy in this particular software. Management and analytical reports under one platform, which means that if I want my sales analysis to be done, my purchase analysis to be done, or any other thing to be done, it's just available at a click of a button. I don't have to kind of do configurations, do downloads, uploads, and then filters and all of those things. I don't have to do and apply that. So that was my thought, and I don't know, it was a very short one, but if there are any questions, then I'll be happy to take that, or really, yeah. Correct. See, I think Odoo is doing a very good thing that they're developing partners, correct, today. And the partner development module is kind of going to pull up things and do things better for them. Yes, there's a skill gap because I don't know how to use Odoo. When I started doing it, the first instance I found, I was a bit scared. How does this UI look like, correct? I didn't understand things. But as soon as I started touching the keyboards, and then I felt, no, it's not all that difficult. It's very user friendly. So that inhibition is there in the mind. One block is there, but once you go past that, then it's easy. Again, we are natural accountants, correct? So if we see, we understand debit, we understand credits, we understand quantity, cost, and everything. So once we see the software, it is so intuitively designed, it's very easy to use. So skill gap, I would not think will be a challenge because you know how to use, correct. Your base knowledge of accounting is there, which is behind you, which helps you to kind of bring up things. So any other questions that people like to ask? No, not really. Okay. Thank you then. Thank you everyone. Okay. Will not stay much between the lunch and and the session. Yeah, you wanted to ask, please. Oh, what is the session about? This
Yeah.
session was about, people have talked about the technical aspect about Odoo, correct? What is it? What can it go? So I'm giving my personal experience that as a chartered accountant, why I find Odoo useful as compared to any other software. So one of the major things that I found was licensing. Here, licensing is person based rather than entity based. So that helps us to make a very good decision as chartered accountants to really move from a different environment to this environment, correct?
Okay.
And again, it's clouds based, correct. Other software are, I mean, there are very few cloud based software in India, correct, which does accounting.
Right.
So that's the reason. So I was giving my personal experience, why should I choose Odoo, correct. And as a chartered accountant, can I apply it into my own business, correct. I'm trying to do that. So if I have a website, can I link the leads which come into that into my Odoo software? So that I'm trying to do. So that's something that is working, so that helps us.
So how are you using Odoo?
How I'm doing my accounting in that, absolutely. I've got managers who are there who work for me, so their tasks are assigned into Odoo, so they know how to create those tasks and then close those tasks. So project management is being done, my payroll is being done in Odoo for people. I do my clients accounting in Odoo, so that's another thing. I do implementation for various clients in Odoo. Okay, so that is how I'm using Odoo today.
Okay. And किस टाइप के लोग Odoo को use कर सकते हैं? Like if there's a startup company,
Yes.
then how can they use Odoo? They are at a very small level.
So see, if I'm a CA, correct, what do? I do their accounting and then give the reports to them, correct. So I can do their accounting in our system and then give them access to the reports. So that's how I can help them. I know the accounting and they need the stuff, correct, but they're not worried about how the stuff is coming, but they need their stuff on a weekly basis or a annual basis. So that's how I can help them to ensure that they are not burdened with the cost of an accounting system, expensive. They are not burdened with the cost of having a person to be there, and at the same time they're deriving the benefits of timely information, correct, and correct information.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Question.
Okay.
And I have been using Odoo since while, and I also designed my website through Odoo as a platform, but I don't have a paid subscription of it. As a
You don't have
student,
a.
I don't have a paid subscription of the Odoo database,
Okay.
as I am the like as I have just started my business.
Okay. Okay.
So how can I access like I just wanted to understand ki, as a startup, how can we grow with the help of Odoo?
See, that's a very different question. See, once you have started using Odoo, you know what is the capability, correct? You're doing web designing, correct, in this situation. Now, if you have an enterprise version, I believe, and I'm not sure people can Odoo from here can help me, but they've got a library of things which is free of cost. So let's say that you want to have logos which is to be created. Today I go into another website and try to create a logo. I've got to pay for that, correct. Here there's a library which is free of cost which is available. So that's a way that you can change. It gives you automatically configurations that you can use for the clients. And then because the client is also in Odoo, you already have a good client base which is available to you automatically, correct. So that's another way you got to look at things. Yeah.
हम दोनों का क्वेश्चन है कि इंटर्नशिप का कुछ पूछ रहा है इंटर्नशिप है
हाँ बताइए इंटर्नशिप के बारे में क्या क्वेश्चन बताइए.
मतलब पूछ रहे थे
Internship available?
Internship is available. Yeah, we are hiring. Yeah. So we are. The good thing is that, see, with this kind of a software, again, the advantage, as I was telling, I'm a practicing chartered accountant. I have people working from Gorakhpur, from Bellary, correct, and various parts of the city, even in Bangalore today. So people are able to work remotely efficiently by just using Odoo and softwares like similar, correct, Microsoft Office. So yeah, interns we've got who are working. One intern is working from Dubai, so she's working for me from there, correct. So borders then and geographies then doesn't become a restriction at all, correct, in this kind of environment, and when you have this kind of a software available to you.
Sir, any minimum requirements for internship?
You should be a graduate. BCom graduate, correct.
Going on, sir.
Correct. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, fine, thank you everyone. Okay.